Today, we're going to talk about Botox. So in 2020, there were a little over 4.4 million Botox injections or treatments done. I mean, if you look at the numbers from 20 years ago or 20 years prior, there were not even a million Botox treatments done by plastic surgeons. And now there's over 4.4 million. And that's just by plastic surgeons. So there was more Botox treatments done in 2020 than there were all other cosmetic procedures by plastic surgeons.
Combined, probably.
Yep. Oh, by a huge amount.
Yeah.
So lots of Botox. We all love Botox. So when we say Botox, Botox is a trademark name. It is one type of injectable. There are others, Dysport and Xeomin being the other top two. Botox comes from the botulism toxin. It's produced by Bacterium Clostridium botulinum.
But just so you know, the toxin that we get in Botox is so diluted. It's at a power that's hard to even understand. For every unit of Botox, it is diluted 10 to the negative 11th. So 10 to the negative 9th is nano. That means a billionth. And then you go further than that.
Well, I mean, clearly, if there were, 7 million conservatively 7 million just in this country of Botox last year, and there were 0 deaths from it, I think it's pretty safe.
It's probably the safest thing we do.
Yeah. Okay, so you got this toxin, right? Like, what is it actually doing?
So acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter at the end of the neuromuscular junction. And then it gets to the muscle
to stop the release.
To stop the release of acetylcholine. And that's irreversible, okay? It's not that the toxin keeps on working. The toxin works within 3 to 4 days and it's done. It just takes your body that long to recover and then regrow those neuromuscular junctions.
Yep. And some people do that quicker than others.
Yeah. So basically with Botox, it's used in multiple areas of your face, primarily, aesthetically speaking, to improve the appearance. So the first place would be around your eyes. It got first approved in 2002 for the glabella.
It is the muscles in between your eyebrows. These little, kind of almost fan-shaped little flat muscles that go up from either side.
One of them's called corrugator. The other one's called procerus. And you inject both of those. Those affect both the horizontal lines and the vertical lines that are present between your eyebrows, which we call the glabella. It also works in the crow's feet area. It's an amazing use in this area. There's some muscle there called the orbicularis oculi muscle. It's a circular muscle that goes around your eye, and that's what causes the crow's feet. Another area that works really, really well is the frontalis muscle, or your forehead. Frontalis muscle runs vertically from your hairline down to your brow. And there's two different ones, 2 different strips of frontalis muscle, and they lift your eyebrow. And not everyone, but a lot of people hate those horizontal lines in your forehead, and Botox can treat those. Those are the 3 areas that are most common. And if you break it down in terms of units, like you go into some office, you're probably getting around 30 units. You can break down the number of units you use in each area and recommendations, but that's where you need to go to someone who really knows what they're doing and has experience. Other areas you can treat. She talked about the bunny lines on the nose. You can treat around the lip, so people get vertical wrinkles in their lip. You can the orbicularis oris muscle, the muscle around the mouth, you can treat that. You can treat the chin. The chin, people don't like the creases in their chin and some of the lines that occur over time. You can treat that. You can do the depressors on the edge of the mouth to turn up the edges of your lips.
See, actually, I think that works really well.
You can treat the platysma muscles, the vertical bands in your neck. And I can keep going from there. These are the common areas you'll see. So Botox has a lot of indications in the face. The place that really works well, honestly, is between the eyebrows, the forehead for sure, and then less so the crow's feet, but it definitely helps there. So
who's a candidate for Botox?
Anyone over 18 that has wrinkles or is afraid of having wrinkles. One of the big things now for Botox is its use for prophylaxis. So if you're in your 20s, theoretically speaking, and I actually kind of agree with this a little bit, you could inject Botox prophylactically, which would inhibit the formation of wrinkles, which we call rhytids.
And we love vitamin B.
Yeah.
I always tell people, best part about Botox is if you like it, it's great. The worst part is if you like it, it wears off.
The number of units we use in each area is not standardized. That's where I think
there are recommendations.
There's recommendations. Yeah. But Amy, do you think, personally, do you think it matters who's injecting?
Oh, absolutely I do.
Yeah, I really do too.
I've seen some really bad things.
Because you can inject 10 units incorrectly and it doesn't do anything, or you can inject 4 units and it makes the biggest difference. It's really nice to go to someone who knows what they're doing, that can have a treatment plan that actually makes sense and treat the muscles that are the problem. Secondly, it's nice to go to someone who understands where the muscles are.
Well, like you said, how to inject.
But also
30 units from one person is not 30 units from someone else.
I could teach my 14-year-old son how to inject something into the skin. And I could say, this is where the corrugator muscle is. And he'd be like, all right, whatever, corrugator. Okay,
yep,
that's
this
good.
is what he said.
Right.
Frontalis.
Right. And I have the benefit of actually, I have seen the corrugator muscle and frontalis muscle in live patients. I've seen the frontalis muscle when I do a brow lift. It's a relatively safe procedure. It's weird to say that, knowing where it comes from and all the history we talked about. But it's something that I think, it wouldn't be this popular if it didn't work. If people didn't.
Oh, it works.
Yeah. So we're pro Botox in the appropriate office with the appropriate expert.
Yep. We love Botox.